ओम नमोस्तुते व्यास विशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दाय तपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारतत्रैलपूर्ण प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयानप्रदीपम् विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मणये वशिष्ठाय नमो नमः। व्यास भगवान की program bhajan Lord would you like to suggest bhajan?
काला एक बांसुरी वाला, वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला, सुध बिसरा गया मोरी रे, सुध बिसरा गया मोरी, माखन चोरी जो नंद किशोरी, वो माखन चोरी जो नंद किशोरी, पनघट मेरे मोरी रे, सुध बिसरा गया मोरी, वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला, वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला, वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला।
We'll continue with bhajans, then we'll start the katha.
Kavita? Go Kavita. Start Kavita.
Come on, let's go.
सांझ सवेरे अधरूपी मेरे, बस तुम्हारा है नाम सावरिया, बस तुम्हारा है नाम।
Now we'll ask Lajji if you want to run the 2 minutes of kirtan. And then I'll ask Dr. Mohan, who is here with us. I'll ask him, Chavi ji, to do a small rendition, and then we'll start.
I will sing only 2 lines because time is tight. सब बोलना मेरे साथ. Everybody will sing. तैनू मिलन सुधामा आया, तैनू मिलन सुधामा आया, कह दो कृष्ण मुरारी नो, तैनू मिलन सुधामा आया, कह दो कृष्ण मुरारी नो, तैनू मिलन सुधामा आया, तैनू मिलन सुधामा आया, कह दो कृष्ण मुरारी नो, तैनू मिलन सुधामा आया, कह दो कृष्ण मुरारी नो, कह दो कृष्ण मुरारी नो, कह दो बांके बिहारी नो, कह दो कृष्ण मुरारी नो, कह दो बांके बिहारी नो, तेरा मित्र सुदामा आया, कह दो कृष्ण मुरारी नो, तेरा मित्र सुदामा आया, कह दो कृष्ण मुरारी नो, ये सब तैनू मिलन ले आए, कह दो कृष्ण मुरारी नो, all these people came to see you, I, कह दो कृष्ण मुरारी नो. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Dhanyabad, wonderful. So, Dr. Chabi, Abaye, he will do a short rendition. He is a very staunch supporter of most of the mandir, especially Bhavani Shankar, but he also brings his donation whenever he can in a very humble way. So, Dr. Chabi, just a small bhajan and then we'll go to Katha.
अरज हमारी सुनो प्रभु, कृष्ण चंद्र महाराज, ओ रामा कृष्ण चंद्र महाराज, मैं तो निपकगा वहो, राको मेरी राज, ओ रामा राको मेरे राज. कोई कहे राम, कोई श्याम घन श्याम, सो राधा वाले श्याम, ऐ हो सीता ले राम. कोई कहे राम, कोई श्याम न श्याम, सो राधा वाले श्याम, ऐ हो सीता वाले राम. में टेबल में आम तेरे हैं, जमुना के चंचल धारा दाम रे हैं. पंछी में टेबल में नाम तेरे हैं, जमुना के चंचल धारा दाम दे है. संसार बन के तुझको तेरे माया पुकारे, भगवान तुझको हर टिकाया पुकारे. कोई कहे राम, कोई श्याम घन श्याम, राधा वाले श्याम, हो सीता ले राम. एक बार बोलो श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chabi. His parents were Baba's father's godchildren, and he's a very well-known and hard worker in our community. Devotees all, this is the 4th session of this Bhagvat Katha, and it is my hope we have 2 Sundays in this Katha. This is the first Sunday, and the last Sunday it will end. As soon as 2 days or 3 days pass, we feel like the Katha is coming to an end. If you're involved, whether physically or mentally or financially, it is when it comes to an end, it brings some feelings of separation. The Katha will tell you later about the pangs, the pain of separation. But if you connect yourself, this is a medium for you to connect yourself to Lord Krishna, and there's no better person to do it than our Guruji, Vyasji Bhagwan, Vyasji Maharaj, in reciting those beautiful shloka. Last night we had a wonderful program, and today will be nothing less than what we had. So without further ado, I hand you over now to Veda Vyas. Bolo Vyas Ji Maharaj ki jai.
The Surya mantra, which page is it on? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namaha. Page 28 on your books. Here we pray unto Surya Narayan Bhagavan. Om Yanmandalam Diptakaram Vishalam Ratnam Pravalte Brahmanadi-rupam Daridra Dukh Chaikaranancha Punatumam Tat Savitur Varenyam Yanmandalam Devaganai Supujitang Vipraistutang Bhavana Mukti Kovidam Tam Deva Devam Pranamami Suryam Punatumam Tat Savitur Varenyam Yanmandalam Jnanaghanam Tvagamyam Trailokya Pujam Tegunatmarupam Samastatejo Maya Divya Rupam Puratumam Tat Savitur Varenyam Yanmandalam Godamati Prabodham Dharmasya Vriddhim Kurute Jananam Yat Sarva Pap Chaikaranancha Puratumam Tat Savitur Varenyam Om Bhur Bhuva Suvah Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayate. एक बार और ओम भूर भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. You notice I say Om Bhur Bhuva Suvah Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah. That F sung must be there. Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayate. The mantra has its power in various ways. When you say it with the proper intonation and it has its own frequency, you know that when you turn on your radio, if you're not on the right channel, the thing is static, disturbed, until it fits in the exact place that you get the real beautiful sound. The mantra is as powerful as its intonation. Am I getting through there? The mantra is as powerful as its intonation. So if you learn one mantra, learn its intonation correctly. So when you say it, it develops an energy. You know, NASA has found that a Om is being chanted in space. But why can't it be heard by everyone? Because the frequency is not audible to us. But they got the frequency down in such a way that they could hear the Om Bhur Bhuva according to what I've read. So all these are, our parampara is so great, our tradition is so great that even with science Hinduism is not afraid of comparing it with science. Other religions do not want to hear science and their religion. Hinduism said, no, we back up science everywhere. We talk about the planetary conditions, we talk about the movement of creation, we talk about sound, we talk about water, we talk about air, we talk about fire, earth, so many things. So you are the descendant of a race which you should be proud to know that I am a Hindu. So when you say the Gayatri Mantra, please say it with its correct intonation. This was told to me by Swami Dayananda Saraswati, not from the Dayananda Saraswati that you know from the Arya Samaj movement, but for Dayananda Saraswati from Arsha Vidya Gurukulam. And he says that this is how it should be said, this is how Shankaracharya says Gayatri must be said. So we say it one more time. Om Bhur Bhuva Suvah Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Same thing with Trambakam. You hear even great scholars from north. They say the Trambakam, but they don't say it with this correct intonation. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivaradhanam uruharukamiva bandhanan mrityor mukshe amamritaat. So please, when you learn the mantra, learn it from someone who can teach you the correct pronunciation, correct way. I don't say that. I'm not saying that I know it more than anyone else, but I'm trying to give you what I learn and what I subscribe to. Om Mitraya Namaha Swaha. Om Ravaye Namaha Swaha. Om Suryaya Namaha Swaha. Om Bhanave Namaha Swaha. Om Khagaya Namaha Swaha. Om Pushne Namaha Swaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha Swaha. Om Marichaye Namaha Swaha. Om Adityaya Namaha Swaha. Om Arkaya Namaha Swaha. Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. Go to page 1, I think now, we start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Banshi Vibhushitakaran Navaniradabat Pitambarat Arunabimba Paladharushtan Purnendu Sundara Mukhad Arabinda Netrat Krishnat Param Kivapitat Vamaham Najane Krishnatvadiyara parapang kajapanjarante advaivame vishatumanasaраjahansa prana prayana samaye kafavata pittaye kanthavaro Dhanavidau smaranam kutaste. Kaphavata pitta, kaf, vat and pit. These are the three diseases according to Ayurvedic medicine, affects our body. Also Rukmini is saying to Bhagwan Krishna that when my time is about to go, let your name be upon my lips. Kantha, my throat, Kantha varo Dhanabidhau Smaranam Smaranam means remember. Smaranam kutaste. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Radhe Govinda.
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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
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 Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Radhe Govinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Radhe Govinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Radhe Govinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Radhe Govinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Radhe Govinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Radhe Govinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Radhe Govinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Radhe Govinda.
Bolo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
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 Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Radhe Govinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Satchidananda Rupaya
Satchidananda Rupaya.
with Bhagwan in your hearts. This is a very powerful prayer. It's the first shloka of Shrimad Bhagvat Puran. First shloka, we are saying to Satchidanand, who are you? You are Satchitan Anandam. You are Satchidanandam. O Satchidanand, take all disease entities away from me. Let my body be wholesome and let me not be troubled by the natural forces like hurricanes, earthquakes, so many. Everything is covered in this shloka. So I just sit here for 15 seconds. Just put the Lord in your heart as you say this shloka. Satchidananda Rupaya
Satchidananda Rupaya.
Vishvotpatyadi Hetave
Vishvotpatyadi Hetave.
Tapatraya Vinashaya
Tapatraya Vinashaya.
Sri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha.
We bow to Vyasa, Namostute Vyas, Savishala Buddhim Pullara Binda Yatapata Nitra Yedatvaya Ratataila Puram Prajwalito Gyanavaya Pradipa. Sri Sukdevji, Yang Pravajanta Manopeta Mapeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virahakatura Ajuhava Putreti Talmayataya Taravo Vinedo Tang Sarva Bhuta Hridayam Manatosme. O Kararabilde Napadarabillam Mukharabilde Vidivishayaltam Vatasya patrasya puteshayanam Balam mukundam Manasa swarame
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare
He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Jivve Pivasvat Mritameta Deva Sapoe
Namo Dharmadaveti
Govinda Damodara Madhavete
Govinda Namo Dharmadaveti
Vikretu Kaba Kilagopakalya Murari Pada Vitacheta Vritti Yadyadi Kammo Havashara Voshat
Govinda Namo Dharmadaveti
Govinda
Govinda Namo Dharmadaveti
Grohe grohe go pavado kadamba sarve miliptva samavapya yogam punyani namani pathante nityam
Govinda Namo Dharmadaveti
Govinda Damodara Madhavete
Govinda Namo Dharmadaveti
Kasturi tilakam lalata patale Vakshasthale kaustubham Nasagre varamautikam karatale Vedu kare kankanam Sarvange harichandanam sulalitam Kante cha muktavali Gopasri paraveshtito vijayate Gopal chudavare
Govinda Namo Dharmadaveti Govinda Namo Dharmadaveti
Govinda Damo
Dharmadaveti
You see, when my father used to do Katha, there were no mics. And there were 1,000 people. No mics. So I think I got a little bit of his gene for that. Because there were no music. Is Dr. Mohan still here? Or he's gone? Is he there? Guy. Oh. So his family used to do Katha in Champagne by Cody. Do you know that? You don't know that. And my father, at that time, the road was not built to road end, they call it road end. That road was not built. They had to go on by lunch and walk in mud and so forth and go so to Katha. And my father would go to Champagne, and he had his godchildren were like Kite and Pigeon and all these people there. And he used to read without mic. And everybody used to listen. And people, when there was Bhagvat Katha, people used to come from all over. They used to come with donkey cart, they used to come with all sorts of things, better to come to Katha. And sometimes they do Katha during moonlight night. And you all know what pasture is. You go through the pastures and go to... So this is Katha. Bhagavad Katha has its own sweetness about it. Ramayana is sweet, but because myself and Pandit Bhoj, we are brought up in Bhagavad Katha. Bhagavad Katha is very special to us. And so stage also, she's part of the group now. So it is most beautiful. Sri Krishna Govinda
Hari Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudev Bolo Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Krishna Govinda Hari Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva
Shoke Dokta Kadaragye Gokarna Kada Puna Surashye Kada Brahmais Childal Deval Saltutao
Krishna Govinda Hari Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari He Nath Narayan.
In your progress, next shloka comes. I don't know what page it is. Nigamakalpataroda Galitam Phalam. You know what page it is on? Nigamakalpataroda Galitam. I would really like you to look at that shloka. Page 4. I will read and you can follow me. Nigamakalpataroda Galitam Phalam. Shukamukhadamritadabhya samyutam. Pivata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. Bhoraho Rasika Bhuve Bhavukam. Shri Sukdev ji bole Rasikevam Bhavuk Jan. Yah Shrimad Bhaagvat Ved Roop Kalpa Vriksh Ka Paripak Phal hai. This Shrimad Bhagvat Puran, what it says? Nigamakal Kalpa Vriksh. Kalpa Vriksh, the wish-yielding tree. This Bhagavad Puran is like a wish-yielding tree with a ripened fruit. Pakka phal. Pakka phala jo gir pada, to bahuri na lageda. Manusha janma durlabh hai, mile na barambar. Manusha Phal jo gir pada, bahur na lageda.
Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Radhe Shyam Shyam Shyam.
Kabhi Kabira sab jag nirdhana, dhanavanta nahi koi. Kabir. Oh, okay. I have to translate for my brethren who don't understand the language. Right, Niranjan? You're sponsoring today, so I'm translating for you. Manusha janma durlabh hai. This human birth is difficult to attain. Mile na barambar. We don't get it often. Barambar. Pakka phala jo gira pada. When a ripened fruit has fallen, bahurida lagedar. You can't put it back on the tree. So when this body of yours, which is corresponding to this fruit, has fallen, can't come back. The only way to make it ripen is with it. Nigamakalpatarura galitam phalam. And what? Kabira sabajaga nirdhana. Kabir is saying, this whole world is poor. Kabira sabajaga nirdhana. Dhanavanta nahi koi. Dhanavanta nahi koi. No one is rich. Dhanavanta soi janiye. That person is rich. Dhanavanta soi janiye. Jaharam naam dhan hoy. That person is rich who has Ram Nam. I take you back to the Katha that I said before. When the Bhagvat Katha was finished, you remember I told you, Indra came with his mridangam, Shivji came with his damaru, Saraswati came with her veena, Ganapati came dancing. All these people were there, and only one person was missing. You remember I told you that? I want to tell you again because I know you have forgotten. And one person came. Who was that person? Lord Vishnu did not come. When they were singing and singing, then Lord Vishnu came. And Lord Vishnu asked them, what do you all want? All the people, what do you want? They said, we don't need anything. They are sadhus. Where do they live? They live in a kutia. How do they get their food? They beg for their food. They go to one house and they beg. They go to a second house and they beg. They go to a third house and they beg. They go to a fourth house and they beg. If they don't get any bhiksha, bhiksha means alms. If they don't get any food in those four houses, they don't beg anymore. They go home and they sing kirtan and bhajan. That is how they live. So they are asking Vishnu, what do we? We don't want anything. Kabira sabajaga nirdhana. Dhanavanta nahi koi. Dhanavanta soi janiye. Lach. Dhanavanta soi janiye. Jike Ramanama dhana hoi. We don't want anything. But what we want is that when in Kali Yuga, when people do Bhagvat Katha, you must bless them. You must bless them that they must aim for nothing in life. And when they have nothing in life, they would have everything. Can you imagine? When you had nothing in your life, you don't have to pay any taxes. You know how many people here are afraid when 30th of April? Is it 30th of April? You will think I don't pay tax. At 30th of April, when 30th of April come, especially people like Lajan, who has big, they have to have so many accountants. Not only one accountant, these people have to have so many accountants look after their work for them. Huh? Kabira sabajaga dhanavanta. Dhanavanta soi jane. Ramanama dhana hoi. But Laj takes his money and he gives it. Murtis here, huge murtis in Mississauga, temple, where you'll never think a temple will ever be, near to Deerhurst, somewhere there. Where was it large? Huntsville. Huntsville people only go for in the summertime just to have fun. He built a temple there. So someone asking, how many Hindus are there? How many Hindus are there, Raj? All right, sir. So when you have your money, spend it in cause of dharma. That's what he has done. So this, when you spend it in the cause of dharma and to help people, what is japa? Japa. What is tapa? I said to you all yesterday. Tap do not mean close your nose and go into the forest and do ram, 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 ram. No. Tapa means do whatever you can to help humanity. Whatever you can do to help humanity, that is called tapa. Tapa does not mean you must leave everything here, run into the jungle. No. If that time comes, you will go yourself. But you don't go like that. So this shloka. Nigamakalpataro ragalitam phalam shukhamukha ramitadabdya samyutam. और श्री सुखदेव रूप शुक के मुख का संयोग होने से अमृत रस से परिपूर्ण है. Sri Shukdev ji, as a parrot, he tasted this fruit. And this fruit has that amrit in it. Ya ras hi ras hai, aur inme na chilka hai, aur na gutli. It doesn't have a skin, it doesn't have a seed. That fruit, you don't eat it, but when you do that fruit, you drink it. This Bhaagvat Katha is for us to drink. Not for us not to eat, but to drink it. And that what it removes Chinta from us. Chinta. Chinta means, I forgot. Huh? Chinta means worries, anxiety. And to remove Chinta, you do chintan. To remove Chinta, you do chintan. But when you have Chinta for mankind, then that is different. When you have Chinta for mankind, that is so different. And who had Chinta for mankind? Vishwamit. Vishwamit, he was a rishi. But yet he had chintan. Why? Not for himself. But he had chinta for the rest of the world. And this is the kind of chinta we must have. When we have chinta for the rest of the world, then what? Then that chintan that we will do afterwards will remove all chinta. Vishwamit had chinta because his yajna was destroyed and he wanted his yajna to be completed. So he had chinta for the welfare of man. You can have chinta for the welfare of man, and when you have chinta for the welfare of man, all the chintan will come to you naturally. Sri Krishna Govinda.
Govinda Hari Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Sri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
O Shukedo Vatamka Rake Gokarnakada Puna Surashekada Brahmascha Chaldibe Sanchayam Tuyam.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari, He Nath Narayan.
और रसिक एवं भावुक उन यह श्रीमद् भागवत के वेद रूप कल्प वृक्ष का परिपक्का फल है। हे महामुनि, व्यासदेव ने श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की रचना की है और इससे निष्कपट निष्काम परम धर्म का निरूपण है। इससे शुद्धांतकरण सत्य पुरुषों के जानने योग्य कल्याणकारी वास्तविक वस्तु का वर्णन है, जिससे तीनों तापों शांति होती है। इसका आश्रय लेने पर दूसरे शास्त्र अथवा साधन की आवश्यकता नहीं रहती। जब कभी पूर्ण आत्मा पुरुष इसके श्रवण की इच्छा करते हैं, आप सुनते हैं क्या बोला? पुण्य आत्मा पुरुष इसके श्रवण इच्छा करते हैं, तभी ईश्वर अविलंब उनके हृदय में अवरोध हो जाता है। When you come and listen to this katha with a pure mind, with a beautiful mind, with a mind that is focused on the katha, I know that it's difficult for a mind to be in the katha all the time, or we are seeing people coming in and our focus goes hither and thither. But if we can focus a little bit, because it is said, Bina satasangana hari katha, Tehi bina mohana bhag. Bina satasangana hari katha, Tehi bina mohana bhag. Moha gaye Bidu Rama pada, moha gaye bidu Rama pada, mohina hridaya anurag. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So in Ramayana, in Balkand after 205, this beautiful chopai goes. Gadi tanaya mana chinta vyapi. Gadi tanaya mana chinta vyapi. Hari binu marahina nisichara papi. Shri Rama Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Rama,
Shri Rama Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Rama,
Shri Rama Jai Ram,
Jai Jai
Rama.
Gadi Tanaya. Who's Gadi? Gadi is Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra is the son of Gadi. As Gadi Tanaya Mana Chinta Vyapi. His mind was filled with anxiety. Why? Gadi Tanaya Mana Chinta Vyapi. Hari Binu Marahina Nisichara Papi. Shri Rama Jai Ram,
Jai Ram,
Shri Rama Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Rama Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Rama Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
So Vishwamitra saying, I want to go for those two young men of Ayodhya. They were just about only 14, 15 years old, Rama and Lakshman. I want to go and see them. I will use this as an excuse because Bidu Satsangana Hari Katha. I want to go do Satsang with them. Being in their company, Satsang. I want to go and see them and see for my own eyes whether they are the incarnation of Brahman. So he said, Jnana Viraga Sakala Guna Ayana Jnana Viraga Sakala Guna Ayana So Prabhu Maide Kawa Bharinayana So Prabhu Mayade Kawa Bharinayana
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai
ये राग बागेश्वरी है राग बागेश्वरी Jnana Viraga Sakala Guna Ayana. I want to go and feast my eyes so that my Jnana will come, Anurag will come. With Satsang, only by Satsang, Jnana and Vairag can come to us. Satsang. Remember Bhakti? Bhakti was walking and she was a young lady. And when she was this young lady had two old people with her. And she met with Narad. And Narad asked, who are you? He says, I am Bhakti. So Narad asked, is Bhakti your name? He said, no. I am the incarnation of Bhakti. He said, who are these two old people? He said, they are my two sons. Who are there? Huh? Jnana and Vairag. This Katha, the stories of this Katha occurred in Mathura and Vrindavan. Is that right? The karma of this was in Mathura and Vrindavan. Where it was told on the banks of Ganga. Ganga is bhakti. Yamuna was the karma. And the brains behind it, the person who sat and wrote this katha was Vyasa, who sat on the banks of Saraswati. And this is how the Sangam came. Vyasa on Saraswati, Bhagwan Krishna in Vrindavan, where he did all his leela. And then we have Raja Parikshit doing reciting the Katha Kirtan to Raja Parikshit. And the word, Sukhdevji. Sukhdevji reciting this Katha to Raja Parikshit on the banks of the Ganga. Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Triveni. And Parikshit, the word Parikshit comes from the word Pariksha. Pariksha, because he had witnessed the Lord in his mother's womb. And when his mother started to cry, Pahi, Pahi, it's in your book. I don't know what page is it. Pahi, Pahi, Mahayogin, Deva, Deva, Jagat, Pate, Bolo.
Pahi Mahayogin
Deva Deva Jagatpati.
I know. I'm a little too high. I was going. That's how my father used to read because at that time they didn't have the mic. So give me a scale.
Pahi Pahi Mahayogin
Page 17 on your books.
Deva Jagatpati. Pahi Pahi Mahayogin Deva Deva Jagatpati.
Oh, Pahi Pahi Mahayo
Ayam Pashe Yat Mrityu Parasparam Danyam Tvarvayam Yashe Yat Mrityu Parasparam.
Bolu Pahi Pahi Mahayogi Deva Deva Jagatpati. Bolu Pahi Pahi Mahayogi Deva Deva Jagatpati.
So Raja Parikshit was in his mother's womb. Ashwathama wanted to destroy the whole of the Pandava race, but he knew that Uttara was pregnant with this son of Abhimanyu. And so he let go the Brahmas to destroy the baby in the mother's womb. Uttara ran. Look at this. When Uttara ran because she was feeling the fire in her womb, she did not run to Arjun, who was a Maharathi. Arjun was a great warrior. He was the greatest warrior at that time. That was her father-in-law. She did not go to him. Who she ran to? Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanura Bhardanam Devaki Paramadandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanura Bhardanam.
Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsachanura Bhardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Krishnam Vande
Hare Murari He Natha Narayana Vasudeva.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Natha Narayana Vasudeva.
She ran to Krishna for Krishna to save her. Raja Parikshit, when she ran to Krishna to save her, Krishna said, "Don't worry, I will save you. I can't stop the Brahmas from coming to you, but I will protect you." Krishna became a small Krishna. And you all remember the words of
Prema Pandurang.
huh?
Prema Pandurang.
Prema Pandurang. Remember the words of Prema Pandurang? This little baby, she saw this little yellow light with little kundal, with little banmala, and all a little pitambar, and this light is going around him all the time. And this fetus in the mother's womb is seeing this. This brings me to tell you, when the English people read this, they some gawar Hindu, stupid Hindus, believing that the baby can see these things. Now today, pediatric psychologists and pediatric psychiatrists are telling mothers who are the third trimester of their pregnancy that you must always be in a place where you are happy, because the baby in the third trimester of pregnancy learns from the environment. That is why in the olden days in Guyana time, I was born in my mother's home. Difficult birth it was, but I was born in my mother's home. My mother was in labor for 3 days, poor thing. And there was no medical help at that time. There was well at Burmese. And so our mothers used to go to their parents' home because their parents will look after the child better than any mother-in-law will. Is that true? Except for you, Satya, right? You're a good mother-in-law. Yeah. But otherwise, every mother would look after their daughter specific. They would not want their child to cook. They wouldn't want them to wash. But you're in a mother-in-law's home and you don't cook? You must be joking. In the olden days I'm talking about. Not now, Mohan. In the olden days. Nowadays, of course, the woman ruled the house. She will tell the husband, you go and cook. So things have changed. Right, Dolly? You think Dolly will cook? Where's Chet? Is Chet here today? When Dolly is pregnant, she cooks. She does not cook. She tells Chet, you go and cook. These are different times. But the reason for this is because our rishis knew. Oh, what parampara we have come from. The rishis knew that children learn while they are in their mother's womb. You know what the child says when he's in mother's womb? Dasama saraho jabagar bhavahe tabahi prabhu se tumako lakiya jab bahar ho hari bhajan karo yahi karan ko prabhana madhiya. The fetus is saying in the mother's womb, I do not want to be born again. You know that? The fetus is saying, according to our Vedic Shastras, the fetus is saying in the mother's womb, I do not want to be born again. I don't want to go through having all this filth and urine surrounding me all the time. I don't want that. Lord, let me out. And when you let me out, I'll Hari Bhajana Karu. I will do Hari Bhajan and I will not be born again. Purarapi Jananam, Purarapi Bharanam, Purarapi Janane, Jatare Shayanam.
Purarapi Jananam, Purarapi Maranam, Purarapi Janane, Jatare Shayanam.
Yasansare Bhagadostare, Kripya Pahe, Pahe Murare.
Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam Bhaj Puramate. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam Bhaj Puramate.
Hare Sri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari.
He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Bolo!
Narayan Vasudeva, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari. He
That was why his name is Pariksha. Pariksha means exam. One who's examining. When he came out of his mother's womb, he's looking. I saw that imagery in my mother's womb. Who looked like? I want to see who was in my mother's womb. So he's, you know what? Take the baby and pass it from hand to hand, Mudikai, etc., etc. Mudikai is in my mind. But anyhow, whatever it is, he is looking. No. That is not the person I saw. That is not the person. So he never got to see Lord Krishna. When Lord Krishna was going back to Mathura, he spoke to Kunti. He said, Kunti, what can I give you, Bua? Kunti was in Guyana, we say Pua, other people say Bua. He said, Bua, what can I give you? Tell me what can I give you. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devak. It's in your book. You can follow the shlok. Same page, what is it? Page 17. Page 17 in your book. Krishnaya Vasudevaya. This book is a very good book. You can read a whole Bhagavad Purana out of this book. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namostute. He says, let me offer my respectful obeisance to you, Bhagwan. You have come here in the form of Vasudeva. Vasudeva Satam Devam Kamsa Chanu Ramanadanam
Devaki Paramanandam.
Krishnam Vande Jagadguru.
I am so happy. Although people think you are a cohort, I know who you are. And this is what I want you to give me. The next shloka.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bolo Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari. He Radha Narayana Vasudeva.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari. He Radha Narayana Vasudeva.
Vipada Santuna Shashwat Tat 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 Jagat Guru Bhavato Darshanam Yat 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 Pada Darshanam.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari. He Radha Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari. He Radha Narayana Vasudeva.
Oh Vipada Santana Shashwat Tat 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 Jagat Guru Bhavato Darshanam Yat Syat Apura Bhava Darshanam.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari. He Radha Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari. He Radha Narayana.
He says, if you want to give me something, Kunti is telling Bhagwan Krishna, give me difficulty. Only give me difficulty. Because when you give me difficulty, I think about you then. You remember last night I told you about the little bird? The wingless little fledgling in the nest? How they're looking for the path in which their mother will come to feed them. You remember I told you that? How intense. And their intention was only on one thing. When is my mother going to come back to feed me? You remember that I told you? You remember I told you also about the wife waiting for the husband to come back home, although he has sent all this money. She wants what? प्रीतम परे परे पहाड़ में मैं जमुना के तीर अब तो मिलना मुश्किल है कि पाव परे जलजे हरे कृष्णा
Krishna Krishna Hare.
So Kunti says, give me difficulties. Give me more difficulties. You all remember the story of Draupadi? When Durvasa was going, Duryodhana sent Durvasa so that he can give a shrap to Draupadi. And he told him what time he must go. Because she had what is known as the Akshay Patra. That day we celebrate Dhoom Dham Se. That day is the day when we do the Havan for our seniors' home. So many things we do on Akshay Tritiya. And the Akshay Patra will give her food for any amount of people. But once you clean the plate, the pot, no more food can come there. So they have finished their food, they have eaten, and Durvasa with 1,000 soldiers came there. So she said, what will I do now? And she did ask her husbands, Arjuna and Yudhishthira, who do? Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram
Vasudeva
Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallabham
Janaki Nayakam Ramachandram Bhaje.
She prayed unto him and she said this shloka which comes from Vishnu Sahasranam, which is a beautiful shloka. And I'm sure those who do Vishnu Sahasranam know it. And I said I will do a few verses every time from Vishnu Sahasranam. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ye Janaha Paryupasate Teshang Nityabhiyuktanam Yogak Chemam Vaham. Is this in the book? Is this in the book, Paribhoj? This shloka in the book? Yoga Chemam Vahamyam. Bhagwan Krishna says, you do whatever you have to do and leave everything to me. Yoga Chemam Vahamyam. Leave everything to me. So Draupadi is saying to her, to Bhagwan Krishna, you tell me that wherever I'm in difficulty, you will come. Bhagwan Krishna appeared. He says, I'm in deep trouble. I've cleaned the pot out, and there's nothing in there. Bhagwan Krishna said, no, you go check. There's something in there. You left something there. He said, no. I cleaned it, I scrubbed it, I take you. Can somebody tell these people not to let the children run around? They got to be new people. So when they said, no, you go and check the pot. When she went and she checked the pot, there was 1 grain rice. She said, okay, put it on. And she fed the people. This is the Lord that we pray to. This is the Lord who will never, ever let us down. He will take away our chinta from us and allow us to have chintan. He will take away the anxiety from us and replace the anxiety with peace, calmness, and serenity. All we have to do is to believe in Him, have faith in Him, and come to Him with what? Niramala mana jana so mohi pava.
Niramal jana so mohi pava.
Mohi kapata chala chera bhava. Wherever you are in difficulty, sit calmly and remember that you have heard from somebody somewhere that I must never allow myself to be down-spirited. Always remember, we can't stop our prarabdha. Prarabdha, karma that you have done, you have to bhogi. You have to bhogi. You have to go through it. But we can pray and ask Bhagwan to make it easier for us. Krishna Gopala Hare Dina Dayala Hare
Jai Krishna Gopala
Krishna Gopal Hare Dina Dayal
Hare Krishna Gopal Hare Dina Dayal Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare. There are two little calves outside. After aarti, we are going to do Go Puja. The Mahatma of Go Puja, we will not be serving until the Go Puja is over. So there will no point to go downstairs for lunch. There will be no lunch until the Go Puja is finished. I would like all you all to participate a little bit. Go Puja is very special. For us to do Go Puja, so many of us, we have to go to India to get a chance to do Go Puja, India. When I went to Rishikesh, a whole group of people with Go Puja at that time. Go Puja has a lot of mahatma. Because in the cow, all the devtas are there. All the devtas are there. And the Lakshmi had all the places were taken up, and there was no place for her. The Lakshmi asked Brahma, where will I go? He said, the only one place left is Gobar. And that is back home. We call, I don't know if you know the word Lipe. There's a Lipe or Puja place with Gobar and Chuna, how beautiful it used to be. Up to today in Ayodhya, there are some santas, sages, they will Lipe the place with Gobar, then they will put their leaf and then they will eat. Because there's so much of Mahatma, so much of blessing. Through the help of Lajji and all he has done, we have got his two calves. I would like all of you at least to put some flowers on the cow before you go. Not cow, they're calves. So, and when you do it, remember Vrindavan, remember that Vrindavan Dham, where Bhagwan Krishna used to graze his cows. And when the dust of the cows goes upon him, what was his name given? What name was he given then?
Govinda.
Huh?
Govinda.
No. Huh? No, not Govinda. Okay, What about, Nahi. When the dust of the hooves of the cows goes on, no, not Damodar, definitely not Damodar. Go on Bhagwan Krishna, he was given a special name. So what don't we say? We leave this question for this evening so that you all can go and look it up. Huh? And then you can tell me what the name of it. Because if I tell you everything, then you would not remember anything. When you go to school, when the teacher asks you a question, why they ask you a question? They ask you a question so that you got to do your homework. You got to be paying attention, right? That's why I ask you all questions. Today I didn't ask too many questions, though. I don't know why I didn't ask too many questions today, but anyhow. So we are going to do that, and let us, go. They are small calves. Let us not make them excited, etc. And then we are going to close now, and I'll ask Padit Bhoj to do it.
Prem se bolo Sri Vyas Ji Bhagavan ki jai. Before we do aarti, I'm sure we are in Vrindavan Dham with a beautiful Katha. And today's prasad is sponsored by Niranjan Ji in the memory of his brother who passed away. He did it for his brother, mother, sister, and everyone. And not only that, for those of you who are from Guyana, you know there's a place called Hague Bagdam. He has introduced Hindu prayer there through his effort and what he helped the teacher to do in that one school in a remote area. And he does a lot of charitable work. God must bless him so that he may continue to do that. Today we have received $1,500 anonymous that will go to Radha, Jitu's daughter, who's in medical school. And we'd like to thank the donor for his kind gesture to help her to complete her medical school. Once again, and Dr. Chabi also has given us a donation, and so many of you. We thank you very much.
There is no Dan greater than Vidya Dan. Jivan Dan, of course. Jivan Dan is you do when you give your organ to someone else, like you give your kidney to someone else, or a piece of liver to someone else, or if you want to give your heart, you can give your heart to someone else, but then you will not be anyone else after you give your heart. But anyhow, so Vidya Dan, very, very important. I would like to endorse what Padit Bhoj has said, that Vidya Dan is very important. And Hague Bagdam rings a very memorable bell for me, because my father used to go to that Hague Bagdam to do Bhagvat Katha 2 or 3 times a year. He had to walk in the mud to go to the Hague Bagdam, and your father used to go there too.
Yeah. My father had built a Siwala there in memory of his guru, because there are quite a few godchildren of the late Nanaji, so it's a memorable place. We will stand for aarti. As I said, prasad, sponsored by Niranjanji. This afternoon, on behalf of Raju Bahin, I invite you to come. Puja will start at about 5:30, then we'll go into Katha. Thank you very much. Aarti.
आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की गले में बैजती माला माला बजावे मुरली मधुर भाला अरे अग की चरण छवि श्री मनवारी की, श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की,
आरती कुंज बिहारी की,
श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी
गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की, आरती कुंज बिहारी की, श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी।
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय,
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय,
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय,
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल
जय जय, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय,
ओ राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय,
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय,
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल
जय जय, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय।
Pandit Rajiv will do the closing prayer.
ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा, गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ॐ शान्ति 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 हरिः ॐ।
प्रेम से बोलो कन्हैया लाल की जय। Namaste. Nice to see you.